Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. It's about that time. Let's go take that walk and see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews. Today we got a beer here from New Glarus, and I can't get New Glarus beers here, so this one, Colin sent me this, asked me if I'd had it. I said no, and he sent it to me a couple of weeks ago, and right about the time that all the renovations were going on, so I didn't get a chance to review it pretty quickly. So now that we're slowly getting settled in here, I wanted to go ahead and get it reviewed. So Colin, thanks for sending it to me. In my past experience, New Glarus beers have been hit and miss. Some of them are fairly tasty, and some of them are pretty average to me. Good transitional beers or lawnmower beers is what I call them. This is, and reading on the label, I thought it was a farmhouse ale. But according to what Rate Beer and Beer Advocate, they're calling it a cream ale. This is a 5.1% according to both sites. I do not see it written on here, which is a no-no in my opinion. I don't see any kind of ABV, IBUs, or any kind of dating. But it's sweating now that it's come out of the fridge, so we'll take a closer look. But I don't think that they date their stuff. And if they do, let me see what the beer list says as far as New Glarus. Let's see if they're dating the 6-pack or the case or something like that. LMNO, I went too far. New Glarus. Uses a package date. Cases 1339, example 1339 172. It means the beer was packaged on the 133rd day of 2009. It means beer was packaged on the 68th. Uses a package date. On the cases, it looks like it's here to me. I'll check the bottle again when I come back for the final jug. But from what I'm reading here, they're only dating the cases, which is kind of asinine as far as I'm concerned. Who buys beers by the cases unless you're buying macro lagers to take to a party or something like that? I don't know of anybody that buys craft beer by the case unless you've got a favorite and you know it's good. So, I mean, I would probably buy Bell's Two-Hearted Ale by the case. And some others like that, but I usually don't buy that many of them at one time. My pockets, a lot of times, I like to have a little variation there. As you guys, and I've told you before, my thing is I don't drink the same beer twice in the same day. So buying massive quantities of one beer, maybe enjoyed by. I did buy a case of Bombers and a case of the 12 ouncer on that, but that was because that beer is so hard to get, and it is definitely one of my favorites. And they only do it about every 60 days or so. So, and the last one didn't even come to Virginia. So when I seen it and I had the opportunity to get that many, I did. So, and I still got a few left in the refrigerator, and I may be still drinking them after Halloween. But I don't think they'll last more than a couple of days after Halloween. I'm about dwindling them down. So let's get on with this one, see what this one brings. And once again, Colin, thanks for sending it to me. I don't know what this is going to bring, so it's definitely not my typical style, but we'll see. All right, guys. Commercial description on this says brewed with flake barley and the finest Wisconsin malts. We even give a nod to our farmers with a little hint of corn. Not a big fan of corn in my beer, guys. If I wanted to drink beer with corn in it, I'd drink Budweiser. Naturally cloudy will allow the yeast to remain in the bottle to enhance fullness of flavors, which cannot be duplicated otherwise. Expect this ale to be fun, fruity, and satisfying. The reason they use corn, guys, because it's cheaper. And that's the only reason. It's a filler. I don't have the IBUs listed on either site here, so I don't have any idea what it is. And a cream ale is not a officially recognized style of beer in the beer judging categories, so there is no food pairings listed here. Glass right, pint, Becker, Notting, Tumbler, Stein, side ale, and it says not recommended for extended cellaring. Another reason why it should be on the date should be on the bottle and not on the case or anywhere else on the truck or wherever they think they might want to put it on each bottle. That's where it goes. Silly boys. All right. And even if this beer or their beers were available here, I'm not sure I would buy all of them. Like I said, they're kind of hit and miss in my opinion. And I hate to mealy mouth anybody, but there are breweries, maybe such as New Glarus, that brew some lighter beers or transitional beers, as I call them, to get the macro lager drinkers into something with just a little bit more taste. But for the seasoned craft beer drinkers, some of these leave a lot to be desired. So, nothing else we need to talk about, so without further ado, I don't have any openers, but they've been ordered, guys. They're due in any day. As soon as I get them, I'll do a video. I do have some shirts. I'm out of larges. I had Tim asked me if I had any larges, and I told him no, I was out of larges. Got a couple of 2Xs and a couple of mediums, and maybe even got a couple of 3Xs. I usually try to get a couple of the 3Xs, and I haven't sold any this time, so I still have those. So if you need those sizes, give me a shot. Big hiss on this one, guys. I'm hoping it's not going to be massively overcarbonated. Very light color. Very, very light color. Over into the light, it's a very light golden color. A lot of bubbles streaming up, about a finger of head, maybe a little less. Orange, light orange tangerine color, very golden in this thin part down here. Looked very light coming out of the bottle into the glass, so let's get a nose on it. Very fruity. Not a big hot presence in there, of course, being a cream ale. Maybe hints of some lemon peel are in there, but it's got a very fruity cereal smell to it. So let's give it a taste. See what we got. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Colin. Very light, very crisp. Nice fruitiness there. Very typical of what I call Lockmore beers, guys. If you're out working in the yard, cutting the grass or something, and you work up a sweat and you want to come in and grab something ice cold to quench your thirst, and suck down one, and it being at 5.1%, might even 2 or 3 of them to quench your thirst and go back to what you were doing. Very light. Very light. Typical Lockmore beer is what I call these style of beer, guys. A little more taste than you're going to get from a macro lager. But when I see that that they use corn, that's a filler in my opinion, guys. I understand they're trying to help out the farmers there in Wisconsin, but that's a filler. I'd just as soon have the barley or maybe even some wheat in there instead of corn. So. Well, let me let her have a sip or 2 or 3 and sip on it. These kind of beers I don't sip on very long. I'll be done with this in about 10 or 15 minutes at the most. unlike an ale or an IPA where I may sip on it 35, 40, 45 minutes. And if I'm not doing a review, I may even sip on it for a whole hour before I finish it off. So I'll be right back. We'll do the final chugging rate on this one. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. I looked on the bottle here when I got back, and it does have that code here on the bottle, and this one's got 2295. So that means this one was packaged on the 229th day of 2015. So they are dating the bottle, so thumbs up to them for that. It gives you an idea how old the beer is. So the 229th day, you can look at the calendar and it must be much better if it had a month, day, and a year on there. Now you got to try to figure out, get your calendar out and count up the days. So figure 229th, 329, 360. I'm not good with math without my calculator, but it's about 130 days from the end of the year. So about 3 months, December. So it's fairly fresh. This was probably done somewhere in September, I would probably think. Somewhere in that area. But for a 5.1%, September, October, November, you want to drink these low ABV beers fairly fresh. It's like an IPA, as fresh as you can get them. You wouldn't want to sell this beer or buy this beer when it's a year old. I don't know what would deter from it other than being a low ABV. I don't know if any of the flavors are going to fade or anything like that, but on these low ABV beers, especially these lawnmower style beers, you want to drink them fresh. I mean, you wouldn't want to buy a Budweiser or anything like that that's low ABV that's a year old. I mean, anyway, I do appreciate Colin sending this down to me. Let's do the final chug on this one. It does have a little tartness up front, but it's got a very nice sweet back end. Nice and fruity. Very easy drinking. No alcohol taste whatsoever. Rather sure it's a pretty well made beer, other than them using corn, but they're trying to help out the local farmers evidently. A decent lawnmower beer is what I would call it. It's not outstanding. I don't think it's an A beer, and I don't even think it's a top-notch B beer. I'm gonna give this the 5, which is a B minus. I do think it's above average beer. I don't think it's a C or less, but I don't think it's outstanding or world class in my opinion, guys. But glad I got to try it. So Colin, thanks for sending it to me. If I was putting a numeric rating on this, guys, it would probably be a 78, 77, 78, somewhere in that area. And that's being generous too. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer has, let's see, let's go to Beer Advocate first. Beer Advocate says 83 in the good range. I think it's a tad better than that. No, I don't either. I'll give it a 70 something. So evidently they're giving it the better benefit of the doubt than I am, being a 77 or a 78. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer has overall 45 and 77 in the style. So we got an 83 and a 45. I think it's a 77 or a 78, guys. A little lower than what Beer Average got it, and a lot better than what Rate Beer has got it. So that's my opinion. And that and 50 cents will get you a cup of coffee, unless you're getting into Starbucks, and you might need about $5 or so. But it was okay. I mean, a decent lawnmower beer, a good transitional beer, but not an outstanding beer as far as I'm concerned. But I'm glad I got to try it. So Colin, thanks again, brother. If y'all have had this one from New Glarus, the Spotted Cow, let me know what you think. Come on back tomorrow. Let's dig something out of the fridge. See you then.